YouTube, what's up? It's your girl Makara here from Cougar's Closet. And today we got a dope conversation going here. And we are still dealing with Mercury in retrograde. So we not all the way healed yet because Mercury is still doing damage. We feeling a decimal better, but we ain't doing all the way better. So if you had checked out my videos about Mercury being in retrograde or feeling down for the last 2 weeks, here's why, then you know what I'm talking about. So enough of that. But today, and let me give my apologies if I don't feel like I'm in the mood because Mercury is in retrograde, right? Okay, so today we are going to be talking about logic versus emotional thinkers. I got y'all. All right, so let me apologize because I'm 2 shades of the wind. I'm on that Canadian whisk. I'm in Canada right now. I'm not in the U.S., so you can't contact me. So, I might be going off my rockers tonight. I'm in Canada. I'm not at home. But let's keep going. So today we are going to be talking about 2 types of thinkers: logical thinkers and emotional thinkers. So what inspired me to do this video is because I have told y'all that I'm going through a transition, right? And today this came up with my transition. God spoke to me and said, we've been working on a lot of things and we've been in overpower and we have been in overdrive with things as such as your soul and things as such as your spirit. But we have yet dealt with your head. Y'all, this transition is so dope that I need my eyebrows arched. That's how dope this transition is. We have been working overdrive and overpower on your spirit, on your soul, on your vibe, but we haven't worked on your head yet. So the jewels that I'm going to be dropping on y'all tonight for this segment is going to be food for the brain. Yeah. We can't go without food for the brain, y'all. I know y'all always hear food for the soul, and y'all have seen movies about food for the soul. But if you ain't got no food for the brain, you in trouble because to my understanding, the brain, and I could be wrong, if I am, somebody chime in, go up and leave my comments and correct me. Listen, I love understanding. That's what wisdom do for you. I love it. If I'm wrong, say something. But to my understanding, you have to have your brain right in order to feed all of these other things, the soul and the spirit, because the brain is the whole operation. So, we're going to be talking about food for the brain tonight. So, y'all, what I'm talking about is rewiring your minds, right? If you would allow me to. And like I said, I'm not going to take you any dark places that I haven't been. I'm not going to take you any place that's uncomfortable. I'm not going to take you anywhere that I think it's not going to be some type of sunshine, light outcome. It's just if you trust me or not. So what I would like to do, if given a chance, I would like to reboot and rewire and rebuild your minds, right? What I would like to do from all my cougars and mountain lions is get them running to a futuristic speed. That's what I'm talking about. Futuristic. Thinking future wise. I know a lot of people say that you should deal with where you are at for the moment, but I don't feel that way. I feel like you should always be prepared. I feel like you should always be seeing the oncomers coming on. That's how I feel. I like to be ready. Even when I was 7 years old, I was ready. That's why I'm where I am today, because I've always been ready. So, the future is where it's at. The future is where you need to be, because a lot of things are changing. A lot of things are getting futuristic, But what's crazy is, I don't care how fast things move and how futuristic it gets. In this small town that I'm in Decatur, Illinois, it's always so slow. But then there are cities that's more countryer and unknown of than Decatur that really is messed up. So I won't dog our city too much. I'm here. I'm back at home. So my question to you is, to sum this all up, are you going to be a product of the past, or are you going to be a product of the future? Only you know that. Only you can decide that. Only you know how you feel. I don't know what else nobody else is going to be doing, but I tell y'all what. Me, my car, troublesome. La 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 la. Troublesome past. And I'm gonna be pulling up. That's what I'm gonna be doing. Now, this assignment that I'm going to be giving you, it's not going to happen overnight. Y'all know that, right? It's not going to happen overnight. It ain't gonna happen overnight. So what we're gonna do is, it's October, right? Yes, October. So what we're gonna do is, we're gonna get this thing going. We're gonna start prepping this thing, and we're gonna start molding and packing this thing, and we're gonna start getting this thing to where it takes off in the future. We're gonna carry this thing off into the new year. How about that? Because nothing happens overnight, y'all know this. Anything that happens overnight is too good to be true. So we're gonna work on it, but our plan is for New Year to be up and running, because October, November, December, January, we got 3 months to start working on this stuff, So by January, and I'm going to give y'all at the max, like H&R Block do, I'm going to give y'all extension. I'm going to give y'all to about April. By April, y'all, we should be up and running. I don't want to hear no excuses. If you owe me, you owe me. I don't want to hear no excuses. Now let's go ahead and dissect this thing down, shall we? Okay, so back to my conversation that I was talking about. The logical thinker versus the emotional thinker. And yeah, let me put this out here too. And it's petty, but I gotta do it. On Facebook, I see the underhidden, and I see the clownery and the foolery, mockery. I see it all, Even people that I swore that I thought that I was close with. Listen. Some people just don't grow up. And I see you. I see you. But it's a shame that we don't share the same love. But see, I heard about what's going on, even though you don't know. I know that what's going. I hadn't heard about that, so I understand why you doing what you do on Facebook. Bashing me in a nice manner. I understand. It got back to me. But anyway, grown folks. Let's get back to what I was talking about. Logical thinking versus emotional thinking. So I'm doing this right here. This segment right here is because I myself have made some bad decisions and choices off of emotional thinking, and so I just decided that emotional thinking can get you in trouble. It's an expensive price tag when you are an emotional thinker. How about we convert over to a logical thinker? What y'all think about that? Now, I know, like I said, anything that happens early or fast is too good to be true. But I'm hoping by the time I get done with this episode, I can persuade you all to transfer over to a logical thinker. You know. So, my intake and my personal definition, this didn't come from Google. This didn't come from the dictionary book. This didn't come from the source. How you pronounce that? The source? The source? That source? It came from me. My definition of an emotional thinker is that an emotional thinker or emotional thinker ain't never been a friend of nobody's. Right? Now, there's a few times that emotional thinkers come into play. But I think emotional thinkers only really works when your head is in the right spot. Other than that, I don't think emotional thinking works for the rest of the world. You know, and the reason why I say that is because emotional thinking has landed some folks in some places that they shouldn't be in. Emotional thinking has landed folks behind bars. Emotional thinking has landed folks in the graveyard. Emotional thinking has placed people in the wrong marriages. Emotional thinking has placed people in the wrong relationships. Emotional thinking has placed people in the wrong occupations. Just that whole thing with emotional thinking, you can get in trouble if you don't know how to work emotional thinking. Now, I know some people that know how to work emotional thinking, and they're good at it. Like, I don't discredit anybody if they're good at what they do and they know how to work their area, you know. But emotional thinking has never been a friend of mine. And what the old saying goes, everything doesn't work for everybody. So I am one of the ones that fall on the line of the pH scale. Emotional thinking doesn't work for me. And I'm pretty sure it doesn't work for a lot of people. You have to be kind of special to know how to work emotional thinking and to be an emotional thinker. That's a privilege. For some reason, I didn't get blessed with that. And I got blessed with a lot of things. But for some reason, I didn't get blessed with emotional thinking. Emotional thinking has damn near ruined me. I could have went out there with a shovel and dug my own grave and got in it and begged somebody to put the dirt on me, or maybe got a ladder and came up and put the dirt on me, until I had 12 feet worth of dirt, and go down and lay down because of emotional thinking. With emotional thinking, you have to be smart. There's a few people. I got a sister that can pull emotional thinking off. Andy, she can pull emotional thinking off, but I can't. Emotional thinking doesn't work for me. It just doesn't. So, I'm sorry, I apologized earlier, but I just have to get into my comfort zone here, and I wrote some notes, as y'all know, because y'all watch me a lot of times. But, when you're an emotional thinker on the bad spectrum of emotional thinking, it doesn't work right because there's no head involved with emotional thinking. There's no strategizing involved, when you're an emotional thinker, there's no calculated steps going on when you're an emotional thinker. The emotional thinkers should be left to the emotional people, And so, I'm very emotional, but I just never knew how to get these things under wraps until I just finally figured out that these things aren't for me. So, emotions are on the impulse. Emotions are on the beat. Emotions are on the heartbeat. So that means you got to be moving fast. You got to be in New York City, y'all. You got to be coming with it if you think in emotions. You got to be a quick thinker for emotions. Emotional thinker is for smart people. It's for people that's on top of it. For people that can recognize game. Soon as game comes, they can catch it, I would like to be one of those type of people, but I'm not. Sometimes you got to respect where you weak at, and as much areas that I'm strong in, I'd love to say I own this world, but I don't. Everybody got a boss. And so I realized that I have a boss, and I have a God as my boss, But if it wasn't for him, I'd run this place. I'd do things the way I want to do if it wasn't for him, Y'all at y'all jobs. If it wasn't for him, I'd do things the way Canadian whiskey. Canadian. But, emotions will get you messed up if you're not in that type of mindset, So on my end of the spectrum, for people like me, I'd like to say that logic is where it's at, And it's sad to say this, but I have to say this. I have to pray upon the weak to make myself feel important. And I am the weak. Hello. I'm 43 years old. And I'm just now starting to find out that logic got it going on. Logic is what works for me. Logic is what works for me. I don't know what works for anybody else, but logic works for me. Logic is, in my bracket, everybody has their own bracket. And in my bracket, logic, I'm like Keith Sweat, your sex has got it going on. Logic got it going on, Y'all, this is a dope transition that I am in the middle of. And all I can say is y'all better get on board. It's a dope transition. I love to share, And I love to take y'all with me, and I would love to reboot your mind and rebuild your mind if you would allow me. Like I said before, I'm not going to take you anywhere I haven't been. I've been to some dark places, y'all. I have been bamboozled. Planet Rock has landed on me. I have had some characters come sabotage me for no reason, because they saw my light was on. And they got up over there, But we ain't even going to worry about them people. Y'all should see where some of these people that wronged me, y'all should see where they at now. Y'all should see where some of these people at that didn't wrong me. Well, anyway, let's get back to what we're getting back to. I am 43 years old, and I'm just now finding out that logic is the way to go. So, let me give y'all what I found out on Google, what the definition of a logical thinker is. Y'all forgive me. I gotta find my pages here. Oh, I gotta find 5. Okay, here we go. The definition of a logical thinker. Here we go. Definition of a logical thinker. The definition of a logical thinker: a skill that allows someone to accurately analyze a situation, make any connection between data and information. To solve the problem. Yo, I'm like DJ Khaled. Oh, who was that? It wasn't DJ Khaled. It was DJ somebody that would bring it back. Definition: a logical thinker is a skill that allows someone to accurately analyze a situation, make any connections between data and information, and use the information and gather it to solve the problem. Did y'all get that? Because what I got out of that was ain't no feelings involved. Ain't no feelings involved, baby. This is a deal right here. Now, these folks is making you, on Google, these folks is making you an offer you can't refuse. You hear that? One more time. The definition of a logical thinker is a skill that allows someone to accurately analyze a situation, make any connections between data and any information gathered to solve a problem. Them folks making you an offer you can't refuse. You ain't gonna feel no hurt and pain. Them folks making you an offer you can't refuse. Ain't no emotions involved. In other words, this is business. This is business. Look, listen. This shit's so sexy right here. I think I got high heels on. I'm swinging them from left to right. I think I got high heels on, y'all. This shit is sexy right here. Ain't no feelings involved. Y'all, if I had a known now if I had a known what y'all know what I'm trying to say. Back then, I didn't know nothing, but now I know something. Mm-mm-mm. And that's why people was coming to stump my light out. Because they already knew I was on the something. Listen, I can't stress this enough. The people that came to stump my innocent light out, you should see them now. They got all kind of health issues. Y'all should see their hair. You could look at, listen, I can look at their hair. I can look at a strand on their hair and tell what's going on with them. I can look at their eyes, see them yellow, and tell, that's that one thing. What's that? What's that? That's hepatitis. Baby, I can diagnose you. I'm the doctor. I'm the shade tree doctor. I can look at some of these people that didn't wrong me and tell what's wrong with them. All because they came and stumped my light out. I was just an innocent person trying to make it. I was dealing with what I was dealing with. But you know. So let me get back to what I was saying. So, y'all, that definition means that there's no feelings involved. In other words, that means this is business. So the breakdown is, if this is a relationship, boyfriend and girlfriend, that we're in, this is business. If this is a marriage that we're in, this is business. Anything that protects me from getting my emotional state, getting my feelings involved, getting hurt, getting crapped on, bird flu, bird flying, bird by you is a business. You know. And you know, as I was reading on Google when I was looking for definitions, Google dropped some dope ass. Listen, I'm down to the wire. Google dropped some dope ass shit on me when I was reading the definition. Basically, they said that a logical thinker boils down to science. That's what I'm about, science. Google said this is science. Science is, I just want to deal with the facts. I just want to deal with the truth. Remember that song in the 80s, y'all? She's blinding me with science. Them folks, I gotta look back and see who wrote that song. Them folks was ahead of their time. And I'm 43 years old and just now finding out. Them folks was on the side. I don't know where them folks at. Them folks probably halfway dead. Science. You want to keep yourself maintained? You want to keep yourself contained? You want to keep your business separated from your husband's business or your wife's business? Because somebody, anytime you get to merging with somebody and you ain't checked that bloodline, somebody finna bring you some drama. Somebody coming with it. You better check that bloodline. It's funny how we can check the bloodline of a poodle. And we can check the bloodline of a pit bull. And we can check the bloodline of a Rottweiler. But we can't check the bloodline of a human. You finna get some trouble here. You know. I know a lot of rich bloodlines. A lot of rich bloodlines. The Helms, Charles and Dorothy Helm, is a rich bloodline. Richard Phillips and Cindy Phillips is a rich bloodline. I know a lot of rich bloodlines. And that's another story. I'll be talking about. Y'all know when I say I'm going to get around to something, I'm going to get to it. I know some rich bloodlines. Rich. Oh, the Phillips is rich in sports. Oh, listen. The Helms is rich in knowledge. Listen. We ain't mixing our bloodlines up right, Joe. And I'm a victim of that. I haven't mixed my bloodlines up right. You know, but when you're 43, you get a chance to look back on this stuff and reflect. You know, but 43 is still a baby, you know. Well, Google deals in science, and I like that. That shit was cold. Google said this boils down to science. I felt that because I am science. But you know, everybody tacks on to something, you know, and I am science. But that was so cold. Listen, I'm just leave that right there. If you like my video, you know, I know y'all tired of, please like, please share, please subscribe. I'm tired of this shit too. Listen, if you love me, share my video. I get a report every month, you know. Let me know how many people subscribe. Listen, I put in hard work to bring this stuff to y'all. And guess what? Y'all ain't the only people I'm working for, because I'm working double for the people that's paying me a check to be there at a certain time that they say I need to be there, to clock in at a certain time I need to clock in, to take a break at a certain time they say I need to take a break, to be back at a certain time they say I need to be back. But I still find time on my off days to let y'all boss me around. This is free. Listen, I got a Cash App. Listen, hit me. You know, it ain't easy. You know, kick this out. These are listen. 43. I'm just now starting to figure out that there is knowledge to drop, and there's also jewels to drop. There's wisdom to drop. There's bullshit to drop. Listen, share my video. And as far as the comments goes, if you feel me, comment, let me know you feel me. If you like this video, let me know why. If you know where I'm coming from, let me know why. Talk to me, you know. Listen, ain't nothing new under the sun, y'all. I'm just saying, listen. I done pretty much done all these things except for like one. I pretty much can get with you. And I'm going to, maybe after March or April, I'm going to be running a special adult segment when I go live, and I'm going to bring my best friend Maurice in. And some other people. Listen, it's going to be an adult-only conversation. It's going to be a different type of view. Listen, Cougar's Closet is only doing what Cougar's Closet has the money to do. But once I get, please like, please share, please subscribe. Cougar's Closet, yeah. Let me apologize for the little hair. You know, that's my masculine mode. And I don't plan on changing that either.